I bought a Galaxy A17 5G today. I bought it from Best Buy. It is, and this is May 5th of 2026. It is by far one of the least expensive Android phones I could find. Now, I bought it without service, so it does not have a cell phone service. I don't need cell phone service for what I'm going to do with this phone. However, it's an unlocked phone, and what that means is I could take it to, at the very least, Verizon and AT&T, and I could get service put on it. But again, I don't need service. I want it with just for the the functionality beyond making phone calls, sending text messages. I don't need that. So let's unbox this and take a look and see what we've got. So it's using my little trusty razor blade that's always in my desk drawer. Cut the little security tape, put this back away so I don't lose it. Again, it's a Galaxy A17 5G. Oh, and top of it appears to be the manual. Stuck up in there. Here we go. Move that out of the way. Is that and that might be a cable. Let's see what's in here. How do I get in here? Is that taped shut too? Oh, there it is. Open that up. How do I get in there? How about open up the bottom? Oh, look, there's a little pin. That little pin is for removing the SIM card. Let's set that aside so I don't lose that. Let's open up this. Oh, here we go. Now I got the cable, and there is Samsung Care, and there's another little piece of paper in there. The quick start guide, terms and conditions. You know what? It does a little bit of quick start to it. So I don't know if I need all of this right now. So let's just set that aside and come back to it later. There's the power cord. It's USB-C to that's not USB-C. That's an Android connection. Let's move that out of the way. I'm going to need to get a brick. I'm going to need to plug this in to get power. Let me undo these cables, because the very first thing I know I'm going to need to do is get power in this thing. Okay, so I have a power cord over here. Does that go in there? That goes in there. Just plug it in the power cord, because we're going to need that in a minute. So let's set this out of the way and this out of the way. We'll keep this available so when we get back to it, and maybe we need that, but we don't need the empty box. Let's move that out of the way. Okay. I've charged up my Galaxy A17 5G and it's ready to go. But before I start the setup on it, let's talk about what's on the phone. So first of all, on the top here, right there is the microphone. And you know what? The first time I looked at it, it was a little hard to find, but you may be able to see it if I get it close enough. Let's see. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. There it is. So there's a little teeny stripe right there. Well, that little teeny black stripe is actually a speaker. It's really hard to see, and I apologize for the camera, but if you can just barely see a little black stripe, that's actually a slot, and it's a speaker. And then the little dot right there is a camera. On the left side is what's called the SIM and SD card tray, and that little pin that came with it, if you push that in that hole and push down hard, the tray comes out, and again, that's where if you needed an actual SIM, you put the SIM in, and you can put the little micro SD card, which is one of the cool things about Androids, is that you can add more memory to it by adding what's called a remote card. There's nothing else on the left side. There's nothing else on the top besides, again, that little microphone. On the bottom, you might be able to see, let's see if we can do this. So we have a microphone here. There's the USB-C connector. And then over here is, again, another speaker. So there's the extra speaker. On the right side, we only have two buttons. We have the power button and the lock button. And this is the volume up and down. It's a little toggle up and down. And on the back, we have the cameras. There's actually 3 cameras built into this array. And then there's the light or the flashlight that you would use to take pictures. And there's nothing else on the back. And by the way, unlike the iPhones, this is not magnetic. So if you want to use a magnetic holder, you would have to get a cover that would have the magnetic built into it, because this is not magnetic. So anyway, that's all there is to what's on there. And there's the camera up top. And so let's turn this thing on and get started. So to turn it on to start with, hold the button on the right just for a little bit. And there it is, booting up with Samsung Galaxy, secured by Knox. I don't know who they are. Probably need to go figure that out. Might be interesting to know. Powered by Android. Okay, so this is the powered on screen. Interestingly, on the Android, similar to the iPhone, you have the ability to do emergency calls. And that's really useful, because under emergency calls, not only can you call 911 or whatever, but it also can show your medical health information and your medical emergency contacts. Really cool. But let's go ahead and get started by clicking start. So for your review, now this is really just telling me they want me to review this information. However, I have to also accept it. I have to accept the terms and conditions related to Samsung. I have to agree to the privacy statement. And I have to agree to send diagnostics. That's actually optional. I don't need to do that. The arrow on each one of these would take me to the page where I can review the terms and conditions, review the privacy policy. I've already done that. I recommend for you also do this. Let's hit more. And then I have to agree to all optional, or just simply hit agree to the first 2. Now I can do an easy setup to another device if I want to, a Galaxy or Android to this one, an iPhone or iPad to this one, or set up manually. I'm going to do set up manually. I need to choose my Wi-Fi. Let me go get my Wi-Fi. Cafe Patio. And I don't want you to look while I type in the password. Now I hit next. Now it's going to want to set this Android phone up for mobile phone, and it's going to want to have a SIM, scan a QR code, search for mobile plans. But I'm not going to use the phone for what I need with this phone. All I don't need telephone, and I don't need text messaging. So I'm just going to set this up later in settings. It's given me the option to copy apps and data from my Google account. I don't have that because I don't want to do that. I could, but I don't want to. I'm just going to hit don't copy. If you have a Google account and you're going to put that Google account on this phone, this would be useful to do. But again, if you're starting from scratch, just hit don't copy. Now, it wants me to sign in using my Google account. The account will be able to added to this device and available to other Google apps. So it wants me to sign in with my Gmail account. Let me do that. I'm going to use my Gmail account. I'm going to hit next. Now it wants my password. All right, I got it right that time. Now I'm using that Google account on my iPhone as well as on my web browser. So it wants me to do two-factor authentication. Let me go do that. Yes, that's me. All right, I think I just did it. 66. All right. One of the benefits of having multiple recovery tools for two-factor authentication with phone number, email address, and Google Authenticator is I was able to get through that. So I need to agree to the Google terms and services. Now it's getting account information for teddyburris@gmail.com. All right, now this is really cool. Protect your phone so other people can't get to it. So I'm going to do, I want to do face recognition, but I'm going to do PIN right now. But I really encourage you to do all 3 of these: PIN, fingerprint, and face recognition. But just to get this thing going, I'm going to do PIN. So don't look, I'm going to type in a new PIN number. All right, so I've added PIN. Now again, I really recommend that you also do face recognition and maybe even fingerprint as well. All right, if this wants to use location services, I'm okay with location services except I would turn off by app specific. There are some apps that do not need to have location services. Example, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. None of them do I want they to have location services. I leave it on for the device, but I turn it off on each individual app that I don't want to have it. This is another one that I'm really not sure of. Allow scanning. Allow apps and services to scan for Wi-Fi networks and nearby devices at any time, even when Wi-Fi or Bluetooth is off. I don't know why I would want to do that. You can turn this off in location settings. I'm turning it off right now. I do not see a reason at this point to allow apps and services to scan for other Wi-Fi networks and nearby devices with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Turning that off. Phone number verification. Google and your carrier will periodically verify your number and device information to enable Google services. This helps people reach you in video calls, messages, and more. Verified numbers are added to your Google account. Show more. To change your setting, go to Settings, Google, Phone Numbers. You know what? I don't have a phone number. I'm going to turn it off. If you have a phone number, you may want to leave this on and manage it, but I'm going to turn it off. Send usage and diagnostics data. This is where Google's going to reach into your Android device and they want to get information about what you're doing regarding battery life, systems, app stability, etc., etc. What really bothers me about that is some aggregate data will also help Google Apps and partners, such as developers. If your additional web and apps activity settings turned on, this data may be saved. For me, I am not a fan of this. You may be. I'm turning it off. Install updates and apps. By continuing, you agree that this can happen. Data rates may occur for updates and new apps. Now I have to hit accept. Google services, back up your device. If you're using an Android as your primary cell phone, I recommend you back it up. It's going to want to back it up to your Google Drive. It can back up your photos. It also can back up other device data. I'm not going to do that for me. I don't need it, but you may very well want that and you would turn it on. I'm going to say don't back up. Now it wants me to know about Gemini. And so I am a fan of Gemini as much as I'm a fan of using Siri and the other devices, Alexa. I can turn it on by press and hold the side button or use my voice. I do not want to use my voice. I only want to use the button. If I hit continue, then it says I can use, hey Google, I'm going to say no thank you. And it's going to use the side button to turn on Gemini if and when I want to use Gemini. Now, this is one of the things that I struggle with a little bit, and that is now all Samsung devices need you to be logged into the Samsung account. I have found no way around that. Even more problematic is that there's some settings in here I'm not a fan of. But I'm going to sign into my Samsung account. And my email address is teddyburris@gmail. Hit next. Now my password, I just did my password. Let me go get that. Sign in. Now these are some of the, check out the following options. Samsung terms and services. It wants me to read those. The arrows take me to read those. It also wants me to accept them. So in order to continue on, I have to either select all, or I have to, at the very least, I have to select the Samsung service terms. That's not optional. The rest of these are all optional. And I can just ignore those. I prefer to ignore them. If they're optional and they don't give me direct value, I don't want them. Now, by the way, turn on offline finding. I may want that, but I'll come back to that later. I'm going to hit agree. There are two services that Samsung is providing: block apps, commands, malware, non-official software. I can turn that on or turn it off. I kind of like that. They don't charge extra for that. Customization, get custom stickers, search results, routines, more by allowing some X to share information with each other. This service requires calendar, call logs, contacts, location. You know what? I'm going to turn that off. I don't need stickers and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to turn that off. Leave the ad blocker on. I'm going to hit agree. You can always turn it on later. I like dark mode versus light mode. Light mode, does that work better for recording? It actually works better for recording. I'll leave that on. Generally, I'll use dark mode. You're all set. Go home. And now, my Android phone is set up and it's ready for me to start using it. Now again, I'm not using phone and I'm not using messaging. So here's where I go get all my apps. Here's where I go to all of my Google stuff. If I want to go to settings, you drag down across the upper right. Let's see if I do it with my finger. Come on. And it's let me know notifications over here, settings is over there. Hit OK. And here's settings. Here's where I can make some basic changes here, but the bulk of the changes are going to be right there under the sprocket. So if I hit the sprocket, it takes me into the full Galaxy A17 5G settings. And this is where I can do everything I want to do, including the very first thing I do was this with display. And there's a feature in display that I want, screen timeout 30 seconds. I actually want to make that a little longer because 30 is a little bit too short for doing these videos. And then lots of stuff to be paying attention to. We will come back to all of that later. To get out of this, I can just hit the circle button. Takes me back home. If I want to go see what apps are running, I hit the 3 lines. And the only app I have open is the display because that's where I was. Close that down. And if I want to go see all of the apps that are open, I just swipe up from the bottom. These are all the apps and all the things that you may want to have access to get started. If there's an app you don't have here, like I want LinkedIn, or maybe I want some other app, maybe Quora, etc., etc., then I have to go to the Play Store and I have to get it in the Play Store. But we'll go through all of that at another time. The only other thing I want to look at right now is I want to go to up here in the Google. I want to go to Mail. I want to make sure my mail is working. I'm new. All the features you love in a fresh new look. Got it. And there's my email right there. teddyburris@gmail. Click on that. Take me to Gmail. And I should be in my Gmail accessing all of my email. Oh, I want to send notifications. No, I don't want to send notifications. And Google Meet now is in Gmail. Got it. And now I'm in my Gmail on my Android Galaxy A17 5G. It's set up and ready for me to go to the next step. I'm Teddy. I'm all about Google Workspace and Gmail, and now about Galaxy A17 5G. Hope this is useful for you.